I was shocked next day morning that a guy was there in the ice box. So that means he died very next day due to technology. So there were challenges with the cylinders at that time, financial challenges too.
To unsung heroes like you. So, unfortunately, you'll not die as an unsung hero. You'll get a lot of visibility and all the credit for all the great work that you have done.
As you
And
said, people think I acquired qualifications from Stanford or Harvard or something like that. In fact, I was a college dropout. Then again, I recontinued. So I create new content, new stuff, and I'm the generator. That means I keep generates content, write stories, all those things. So precisely, my formula is very simple. I am the creator, I am the generator, and I am the destroyer. So it's an opportunity for me to do something for the next generations. Then I started leadership pipeline. Then I started Vision 2030, 1 million global leaders.
so, folks, you have tuned into TGV and hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, the world's only quadrilingual podcast at this moment of recording. And we are trying to embark into multiple languages as we speak. And here we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. And we want to simplify and amplify your journey to success. I'm your host, Navin Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place by bringing you wisdom through valuable discussions with experts designed to simplify and amplify your success. And thank you so much for tuning in. Folks, today we are honored to have Professor M.S. Rao, who is popularly known as the father of soft leadership, and he's an international leadership guru. And he has about 43 years of experience and is the author of 53 books, including the award-winning See the Light in You. He's a soldier, entrepreneur, editor, educator, author, explorer, enlightener, thinker, writer, researcher, mentor, motivator, professor, philosopher, reformer, traveler, blogger, storyteller, volunteer, activist, futurist, analyst, strategist, and a coach, and the list continues. In fact, he's a C-suite advisor and a global keynote speaker, and he brings a strategic eye and long-range vision given his multifaceted professional experience, including military, teaching, training, research, consultancy, and also philosophy. And he is extremely passionate about serving and making a difference in the lives of others, just like me and the Guiding Voice platform. And today we are going to discuss an important topic, which is leadership unleashed. And before we get into the topic, here is an exciting twist. Let us tickle our guest's brain. So, Professor M.S. Rao, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'm going to mention a few words, and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. If you're ready, let's get started.
Hello, I'm Steve Ahern, one of the judges of the Asia Podcast Awards. I'm interrupting this episode to let you know that you're listening to an award-winning podcast. This podcast won its category in the 2024 Podcast Awards, so you know you're listening to quality. Enjoy your listening experience, and congratulations to the team who created this award-winning podcast for you.
Thank you for having me.
Sure. So, pleasure to have you. And my first word is curiosity.
Yes, I'm very curious by nature.
Invention.
I'm trying to invent something new so that I can win a Nobel Prize in behavioral economics.
Wow. I wish you all the best. And future.
A high-tech world, and be prepared for the challenges, and be prepared for opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Book.
My 53 books means 53 babies I have. So the famous babies See the Light in You.
And then resilience.
Never give up.
And my next word is aliens.
Yeah, I'm yet to find out. So I think it's better to ask Elon Musk.
Love it. Universe.
Yeah, whatever you give, it will come back. Life is an echo.
Mhm. So powerful. I think there is a great meaning in it. I can resonate with you. And then leadership.
Something I'm very much passionate about. There are few areas I'm very strong. One is education, leadership, mindfulness. And
Mhm.
leadership means it's very close to my heart. I lead from the front.
Awesome. Role model.
Uh, right from my childhood, Abraham Lincoln has been my inspiration, and my model is there are many, but the main is Mahatma Gandhi and Swami Vivekananda, Nelson Mandela, uh, then Martin Luther King, Barack
Mhm.
Obama.
So have you read their biographies already?
I read the books of Mahatma Gandhi, and I read so many books. I have read thousands of books in my lifetime,
Wow.
and I read the books on discovery of India, Swami Vivekananda volumes. I read
Mhm.
Mahatma Gandhi. Then so many books I read, and two books which are very close to me are Man's Search for Meaning, and
Mhm.
second thing is Art of War.
Hmm. Yeah, I heard a lot about those two books and they're in my wish list. And here comes the last word, success.
I want to die as an unsung hero. I don't care for success.
So this podcast is all about giving limelight to unsung heroes like you. So unfortunately, you'll not die as an unsung hero. You'll get a lot of visibility and all the credit for all the great work that you have done. And so that was such a great first rapid fire round. And Professor MS Rao, thank you so much for participating in the first rapid fire round. And there is one more rapid fire round towards the end of the episode. So stay tuned and Professor MS Rao, hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm in Seattle right now, and I traveled entire India, and
Mhm.
my life is a journey, and my life is a story. So, as you said, I have diversified experience. Like I was a soldier, then I was an entrepreneur. So many things I am doing right now. So I'm I'm a late bloomer, dyslexic, OCD. Add to that, brain stroke worsened my health. I don't have two wheeler. I don't have four wheeler. I still belong to a lower middle class family, and I was born into a toxic family and grew up in a toxic environment. So my life is full of struggles and sufferings. And
Mhm.
why I didn't strive for money is that I never care for money. I only care for adding value and make a difference in the lives of others.
Wow. So inspiring. You just don't have a story, but an inspiring story because I initially invited you in August 2020 when the Guiding Voice was a small baby and you were super busy at that time. And it's been a long gap, but however, I'm super glad that you are here. And one thing which I really felt so sorry about is your current health situation. But
Yeah,
one
yeah,
thing I'm super
yeah.
proud is again impressed by your resilience in terms of how you are trying to fight back and gain that particular health back, right? So please talk a bit about what is helping you move forward and your current health situation. What are kind of trauma that you have undergone?
It's okay. It's great to know that the year 2020 you invited me for the interview, and I think during the first lockdown, I think,
Yep.
and it was very challenging. I think 2019 we started having COVID, and second lockdown I I collapsed. Second lockdown.
Okay.
Otherwise, I
Mhm.
would have given an interview to you in the year 2020 itself, but there were some other challenges. And then again, after I had a second during the second lockdown in India, and I was on the bed, so I didn't know what I was doing, and I lost so many connections, everything. I started connecting with people, and somehow I missed you. And luckily, I got reference through other host, and in fact, we both know each other. I think 4 years back itself.
Right.
It's a
True.
coincidence. So it's the universe is very powerful. Whatever you give, it will come back. Life is an echo. So you tried, and after 4 years, things materialized, and things are falling into the place. That's how it has happened.
True.
Coming to this thing is that I had health challenges during the second lockdown, and my wife and I had COVID, and I had a long COVID, and I was about to recover from this COVID. Suddenly, I had a brain stroke.
Oh my
I
God.
was on the bed for a few days, and then I did physiotherapy exercises for a few months. Then I started walking. Otherwise, my right portion of the body was totally paralyzed. So thanks to my wife, that she initiated timely, and my elder son also was available. Everything fell into the place, and we gradually recovered. My younger son also supported me in many aspects, including paying the bills. So this is how the journey has started. In fact, at that time we had challenges because second lockdown, this Telangana government locked, or that clamped second lockdown,
Yeah.
and I think some festival was there at that time. And in our street itself, one guy died, and the next day, when I collapsed, next day one guy died. The same ICU. I've seen deaths in the Indian Air Force, and in my life also. And I was shocked next day morning that the guy was there in the ice box. So that means he died very next day due to technology. So there were challenges with the cylinders at that time, financial challenges too. Luckily, my wife was available, and lots of challenges. All these challenges were there. Despite all the challenges, I rose the ashes like a phoenix.
Mhm. Yeah. No, that is the inspiring part because a leader and you are a warrior or a fighter, if I may call it, right? Because you are trying to face all the odd circumstances and trying to come back to normalcy, right? It takes a lot of guts and that particular willpower, and which is what I admire. And you'll not believe, like, I've been thinking a lot about you since yesterday, since the time we connected. Oh my God, Professor used to be so active. You posted when you were gymming and all those started flashing, right? And I was really surprised. And you don't know, right? Anything can happen in life at any time, and that's why I thought, yeah, we need to have this conversation as soon as possible, right? So thank you again, once again, for gracing and spending time with me. And let's move to the
Uh,
next question. Yeah,
and the
please go
point
ahead.
is that life is very fragile.
Fragile,
Yeah,
yeah,
as you were referring,
correct.
we never thought. I was taking things for granted before
Mm-hmm,
COVID.
mm-hmm,
After COVID, I realized about my life, and I realized that life is very fragile.
yeah,
Because I am an Indian Air Force veteran and very brave, so I have seen so many deaths in front of my eyes. So those things I have done.
yeah.
Uh, uh, this is this brainstroke has taught me better lessons.
Mm-hmm,
Who are my friends? Who are my associates? All those things I realized myself. Who are really, who really stood by me? All these things helped me to open my eyes. And apart from realizing the fact that life is very fragile,
yeah,
yeah, let's go ahead. Let us go
yeah.
ahead.
Got it. So you mentioned like you have a toxic family, and I would like to know more about your background and the reason for that particular firing within you. Like what made you okay saying that no, this is I don't want to live mediocre life. I want to be at the top. In the sense, you wanted to bring that change in the world, right? What where it all started?
Yeah, be the change. Mahatma Gandhi said, so
Mm-hmm,
we
mm-hmm.
should change the lives and to make a difference. See, the thing is, I at the age of 18, I joined Indian Air Force, and I wanted to serve my country, and it was luckily Indian Air Force has uh, given me an opportunity to serve my country, and I grew as a healthy citizen, and I acquired so many qualities. It's because of Indian Air Force. So I grew as a healthy citizen, and I grew as a leader. And I did my I was doing degree, then I discontinued because of the financial challenges uh, at home. Then I used to send to my family members regularly, and I had, I think, 400 rupees salary I had. So that money I was sending to my family members, and like that I was started sending money to my mm, parents and siblings. So all those things I did, and then I took a break for a year after when I was doing a degree because I joined Indian Air Force. Then I continued again my degree, that is BSc. I paid some college fee. Then again I did acquired. I had tuitions because I didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
Then I acquired my degree. Then like this, I started my education through my own without anybody's support. And I acquired a couple of qualifications, including DME, BSc, MA, MBA, PGDCLL, PGDBM. So all these qualifications I acquired because I didn't have any mentor, I don't have any coach.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the opportunities came, I grabbed and moved on because I'm basically passionate about learning.
Right.
And I used to, in a childhood, I used to go by walk to that time. So I didn't have even bicycle at that time. I used to walk
Mm-hmm.
far distances to libraries, and I used to learn the things. Then after I joined Indian Air Force, then again I availed my leave from Indian Air Force, 2 months annual leave, two months of annual leave and 1 month casual leave. I used to avail for education and learning. And again, when I was in Jodhpur, I used to go to far distant places to libraries to acquire knowledge. And I was not in a financial position to have regular education, as you said, people think I acquired qualifications from Stanford or Harvard or something like that. In fact, I was a college dropout. Then again, I recontinued my journey. This is how I led my journey, despite all the challenges, despite being a dyslexic and being a late bloomer, because I think very slow and act very slow. So lots of challenges. So all these challenges added to that, this brainstroke further slowed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I'm trying to pick up the threads. So then what happened? Then I served in the Indian Air Force for 12 years. Then I did business for 12 to 13 years, which didn't work out. Then I went to, I joined as a faculty member in the year 2007. Then I started leading my own life. Then the year 2007, I joined for PhD by paying 10,000 rupees. The 10,000 itself, 10,000 rupees was a very big amount. Again, in the year 2007, I didn't have funds, but still I took a risk and put that 1 month's salary as a faculty member and put it into PhD. And in the year 2011, I got my PhD. So like this, all these qualifications are through self-learning and by learning and also by making mistakes and learning and growing. This is my journey of my life. Then in the year 2010, I started writing books. So, and students appreciated my work. Of course, I didn't know anything about teaching, but I discovered teaching. And then students liked, and gave me a title as Professor M.S. Rao is born for the students. So like that, I got more motivated and I started writing books. And I wrote books in various areas like teaching, training, executive education, then again mindfulness. Now I want to write in my MMA year. So I entered different genre to explore different things and experiment different things. That's how I have led my life. So I have a diversified uh, activities
Yeah.
because I didn't have any mentor. That was the basic problem.
Mhm.
So since I had a gap that I nobody helped, nobody coached, nobody mentored, then I started Vision 2030, 1 million global leaders to shape students as global leaders.
Right.
So then I started sharing my knowledge in various colleges and private colleges. They were not paying well. Sometimes they didn't pay any salaries. This is the fate of educational institutions in India, especially in Telangana.
Yeah.
So then and then some some colleges didn't pay at all. So then I came out. Then I started writing. Then again, what happened? COVID struck. Then things have gone online.
Yeah.
So there's a total disruption globally. So and added to that this brainstorm version. So then again I have to pick up the threads, reinvent, adapt. So it's a very big challenge. Still I have challenges because I am not a tech savvy. So
Yeah.
these are all the challenges I like. Despite all the challenges, somehow I am moving on
Yeah.
by the grace of God.
Yeah. Got it. And you mentioned like students appreciated your teaching and they gave you this title, Professor M.S. Rao. So before I go to my next question, what is your full name actually? Like Professor M.S. Rao.
Actually, nobody. I usually I don't share my full name, but in college, people were asking, "Sir, what is your full name?" They asked the same question. Then I say, "No, I'm M.S. Rao. M means motivation. S means success. R.U. Rao." Because I was teaching, I think MS, I think MEFA and managerial science. I was
Yeah.
teaching in engineering colleges.
Right, right.
MEFA,
Managerial
MEFA.
economics and financial accounting. Yeah, I've studied
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I was teaching. Then management science. So then I told I'm as managerial science these students so somehow I said so I'm as Rao. Then I prefixed it as professor. So
but
then I
but
became a Professor MS. This is this is the journey of Professor MS.
but if
So
possible, please share with me what is your full name.
yeah, you'll know it. My name is Mecca Srinivasa Rao.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for
So
sharing your name and we'll move
usually I don't
forward.
share my
Yeah,
full
yeah.
name,
I
but
got it.
even I
Yeah.
even I told my students never told I never shared my full name. But anyhow, people students or anybody can
Right.
grab the things. Students are very much smarter than us actually.
Yeah. Got it. And
Because
and
I used to conduct this attendance, for students.
yeah, yeah.
Earlier, I don't know how things are happening.
Hmm.
So uh, they can make out from my record also what is
Hmm.
my full name, all those things. Okay, let us
Yeah.
move to the next question.
Yeah. My next question is like you why do you want to build these 1 million students as global leaders by 2020? So what sparked that particular vision?
Yeah, as I told I'm passionate about students, and students loved
Hmm.
me very much. They gave me a title, Professor Amesra, born for the students. This is
Hmm.
one of the four blocks that
Okay.
Professor Amesra, born for the students.
Okay.
Then what happened when I was uh, globally, there is a challenge that is baby boomers are retiring,
Right.
and then we have Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z.
Yeah.
I belong to Generation X.
Yeah.
X means I'm sandwiched between baby boomers and Y. Okay. X, Y, Z. Okay. There are different generations globally. So
Hmm.
since baby boomers are retiring, Then I wanted to create a leadership pipeline where I can uh, share my knowledge with the students, especially millennials and centennials.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Millennials and centennials. Uh, so then I started this Vision 2030 1 million global leaders because there was a gap. Because I am
Yeah.
basically a researcher, I'm very curious by nature. So I wanted to do something unique and different. Then I started this Vision 2030 to fill the gap. That is the void because young people are very more than 50% in India are young people,
Yeah.
especially millennials and centennials. So it's an opportunity for me to do something for the next generations. Then I started leadership pipeline. Then I started Vision 2030, 1 million global leaders. So this is the journey, and this was the gap that led me research and fill that gap. Then I started this process, and this is how things have come up to some level. Then again, after COVID, things have changed online, and there is a total disruption globally. So we have to reinvent from time to time. So accordingly, I am also trying to share my knowledge. I have three e- YouTube channels and four blogs. So I keep sharing my knowledge free of cost for students. This is
Okay.
how this is the story of that leadership pipeline
Yeah.
and the Vision 2030 1 million global leaders.
Yeah. Got it. That is such a noble cause, and I wish you more power. And I'm sure you will succeed in building that. And let's move to the next one. So, you have achieved so many things in your life so far, and coming from a humble background, right? So, I would like to understand your success mantra. So, please share with us the top three things that have contributed to your success so far.
Success sutras means many. See, I have written 53 books, and one of the books titled 21 Success Sutras for Leaders, which was ranked one of the top 10 leadership books by San Diego University in USA. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing. Second thing is 21 Success Sutras for CEOs. That's exclusively meant for CEOs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, so my life itself is a leadership journey.
Mm-hmm.
So what we have to do is we have to lead from the front, add value, and make a difference. These are
Mm-hmm.
the basic things. This is the basic philosophy. I stick to it, and that's what I'm moving in the
Yeah.
direction. In the
Okay.
direction.
Hmm. Such a simple and profound statement. And let's move to the next one. Who is your guiding voice? I know you said you don't have a coach and you are a self-made leader, but still, did you get inspired? Of course, you mentioned about Mahatma Gandhi and others. Likewise, out of all those people, who is one that stand out?
I mean, if it is a guiding force, huh? Who
Yeah, the
drives
guiding
me?
voice. The guiding voice.
See, I have the power of subconscious mind. I program my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do basically,
Mm-hmm.
two things I would like to share with you. One is the power of intuition. I take decisions very fast, usually.
Yeah.
Then second thing is the power of subconscious mind. This
Mm.
power of subconscious mind will lead to intuition. Okay, so let me start with the power of subconscious mind. So I program my mind in such a way. That means I do research everything, then I program my mind. Everything goes to my subconscious mind. And one day before I plan everything, uh, next day I do it. Morning to night, I work hard. Early morning, I am the creator. Throughout the day, I am the generator. In the night, I am the destroyer. Destroyer means I don't destroy the people. I destroy unwanted ideas from my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Negative people I'll remove from my mind. And early morning, I am the creator. That is just like Lord Brahma. So I create new content, new stuff, and I am the generator. That means I keep generates content, write stories, all those things. So precisely, my formula is very simple. I am the creator, I am the generator, and I am the destroyer. This is the basic formula. I stick to it. For that, one day before itself, I program my mind. That is because of the power of subconscious mind. And I rose from the ashes, from the bed, because even when I was in the bed, I was telling that yes, I am all right. I am all right. I'm becoming all right. So that kind of signals, I was telling to my mind, because already I programmed my mind. So that's how I did it. So this is the power of subconscious mind. Second thing is intuition. Intuition doesn't come just like that, because when you give inputs, uh, you can leverage the subconscious mind. Those things will reflect intuition, and you make decisions accordingly. So these two are the guiding uh, lights in my life.
Yeah. So, Professor, you have observed so many leaders in your 43 years of career, and having written 53 books yourself, and having inspired by eminent people across the globe. And I wanted to ask this question. So, what are some common traits of successful leaders that you have come across in your entire career?
See, you should lead from the front. That's
Mhm.
one thing. There should not be any gap between what you preach and what you practice, like Mahatma Gandhi. This is the thing I learned from him.
Yeah.
And apart from that, you should be adaptable.
Mhm.
If you look at many Indians, the biggest strength with Indians who are successful, like Sundar Pichai, or then Santanu, then again this
Satya.
very Satya Nadella. So all these people, because they are adaptable, they are hardworking. Apart from that, they are adaptable.
Yeah.
So we need to adapt. We have to be adaptable to the changing times and technologies. And what I would like to say is that you have to learn, you have to unlearn, and you have to relearn.
Mhm.
In the sense, as I said, sometime back, I am the creator in the morning, I am the generator throughout the day. At the night, I am the destroyer. That means I remove unwanted people, unwanted ideas from my mind immediately. Toxic things will be out. So, like this, you should be very practical. You should lead from the front. You have to be adaptable, and you have to embrace technology,
Right.
because technology is changing so fast. There are too many apps. Of course, unfortunately, I'm not a tech savvy. So still, I'm trying to catch up as far as possible, but still, I'm very much left behind. So we have to embrace technology. More than that, we have to emphasize humanity. There is nothing bigger than humanity.
Yeah. Got it. So simply put, but so powerful. And Professor, what do you think is the future of leadership? Where are we heading? Like in the generation of artificial intelligence and technology evolving at a rapid pace.
This technology, this chat GPT, then Gen AI, so they are changing the world. There is a total disruption everywhere. And morning we get up, by night when we sleep, we find so many changes. It's very difficult to catch up with the changing times and technologies. So we need to adapt. Uh, Jobs will be now. I think we'll not have regular jobs. I think because of technology, I think we'll have to go for hourly based employment. There will be gig workers. It's like a gig economy. So things are changing so fast. So keeping all these things, it's very difficult to predict where we'll go to the next level. So, but still, we are very optimistic that we overcome all the challenges, and we keep learning and growing, uh, and making a difference, and hopefully will impact uh, 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 mankind.
Mhm. Great, great insights. And we have had some amazing conversations so far, and it's time for us to add some more spice and some more excitement to the episode. So if you're ready, I'll kick off the second rapid fire round.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, here comes the first bullet. If you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
Make a difference.
Make a difference. And can you describe yourself in just one word?
Uh, Persistent.
Persistent. You are. And next, one leader that you admire the most.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Okay. And if you
And
could.
Mahatma Gandhi. Sorry. Both.
Okay. Okay. Abraham Lincoln and Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. And then if you could change one thing in your past, what would it be and why?
No, I don't believe in changing the past. Why?
Okay.
Because let bygones be bygones. And people waste 30% of their precious time by thinking about their unpleasant past, which will never come back. So don't let bygones be bygones. Don't think about the unpleasant past. Forget the past. Keep moving the uh, right way.
Yeah, that's a great reminder. And thank you for sharing that. And what is a must have trait for leaders these days?
There are so many traits for leaders. Resilient. Be resilient.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what is the most common mistake committed by leaders?
So we all make mistakes in life. Without making mistakes, we can't grow as leaders, right?
Yeah.
So there is no point in saying that mistakes we make. We make mistakes and we learn from mistakes and we grow as leaders and learners. Okay, so let us take it in a very positive sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And here comes the last one for the second rapid fire round. What is one electronic gadget or a fantasy gadget that you'd like to see or invent yourself?
No, I'm not a tech savvy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a challenge. But if I want to do something, if I want to invent something, not a technical gadget, but I want to explore from the perspective of behavioral economics and win a Nobel Prize.
Oh, wow. That's a great dream to have and great vision as well. And I wish you all the best. And that was such a powerful second rapid fire round. And let's flip back to the mainstream. So, Professor, what is your advice to those aspiring to become leaders?
I think most of the points which we have already covered.
Mm-hmm.
Advice for young people is that be ambitious, don't be over ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
you are over ambitious, what happens? You tend to cut the corners
Yeah.
and you end up into challenges. So
Mm.
don't be over ambitious. Be ambitious, be authentic, uh, uh, empathize with others,
Mm-hmm.
emphasize humanity, and above all, advocate only one thing, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is a small family.
Yeah. 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 I loved it. And there are no shortcuts to success. So don't be over ambitious and be authentic. So powerful. And thank you so much, Professor M.S. Rao, for taking time out of your schedule and joining me on the show. And I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And there is a lot to learn from your persistence and resilience. And looking forward to hosting you again on the show. And how is your experience being hosted on The Guiding Voice?
I truly enjoyed.
Okay, thank you so much. And yeah, as I said, I wish you all the best. And
And also, I would like to say that it's a great experience because your questions are very creative, innovative, out of the box questions, not like scripted interview. Usually, people go for a scripted interview, but your format is very unique because you are very young. Maybe you think you are very unconventional leader, I believe. So you thought different and you created a, a format of questions. But still, I took the liberty of sharing things of my own
yeah.
because I myself am an innovator and I myself am a creator. And above all, I'm very curious.
Yeah, your personality reflected in your responses, and in fact, after I read this Edward D. Bono's lateral thinking book, right? I started
Yeah, I read
thinking
that book.
that.
I read that book. I know that that guy. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Creative thinking, because I taught
Correct.
this because I taught for EMBA students.
Mhm.
That lateral thinking, all those things.
Yeah. Right.
That guy I know very well. He's on my connections. Okay, so we must know how to connect the dots.
Exactly. Exactly. And thank you so much again. And looking forward to hosting you again in future. So, and I wish you get well very soon and be back with your original energy. I want to see you again gymming and posting those videos on
Yeah, I have been hitting
LinkedIn.
gym for more than 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want
I
you
I
to
do
pump those
I do two things regularly. Sorry for interruption.
Yeah.
I go to temples regularly and I go
Mhm.
to gym regularly. Whenever I am in Indian Air Force or wherever it is, I go to gym.
Okay.
It's my habit.
Hmm.
So
Got
these two things I emphasize. Nearby temples I go, pray
you.
to achieve peace of mind. Second
Yeah.
thing is uh, going to gyms. Of course, after brain stroke of 1 year, I took a break. Then
Yeah.
again, rejoined.
Super.
So hopefully, I will. No, here in Seattle also, I'm going to gym with my younger
Mhm.
son now.
Oh,
So here also, I'm going to gym.
yeah.
So I never give up the gym in my life.
Wonderful. Glad to know that. Glad to know that. And thank you once again, Professor M.S. Rao. And it was really pleasure talking to you. And yeah, we'll conclude the episode here. So, friends, that was our episode with Professor M.S. Rao. Truly inspirational leader and a living legend, I would say. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request. If you have enjoyed the conversation and found it useful, please share with at least 3 of your friends or colleagues who would also like TGV, the guiding voice to spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Now, having had amazing conversation with Professor M.S. Rao on leadership nuances, I thought I would present you 3 of the most commonly criticized traits seen in some popular leaders, and they are arrogance, micromanagement, as well as inconsistent communication. So, if we were to link specific leaders to negative traits, it is tricky because even great leaders have been criticized for certain behaviors. And but here are a few examples where these traits have been attributed to well-known figures. And first comes arrogance, and it is attributed to Steve Jobs. Despite being a visionary, Jobs was often described as arrogant and difficult to work with, especially in the early years of Apple. And his perfectionism and belief in his own ideas led to clashes with colleagues as well as partners. Though his arrogance sometimes fueled innovation, it caused friction and setbacks. Second is micromanagement, and this is attributed to Elon Musk. Musk is known for his hands on and almost obsessive control over details in his companies, especially Tesla and SpaceX. While this has driven success in many areas, a report suggests it has led to high turnover and burnout among employees who struggle to meet his exacting standards. And third is about inconsistent communication, which is attributed to Donald Trump. And during his time as US President, Trump was often criticized for his inconsistent messaging, particularly on policy matters, and his tendency to change positions or offer conflicting information created confusion both within his administration and also among the public, and which affected trust and clarity. You know,
Hmm.
these traits don't define their entire leadership style, but they do highlight some of the weaknesses that have been discussed or criticized in relation to their leadership approach. So, folks, that's it from my side from the trivia perspective. Now, I would love to hear from you. If you are aware of any criticized aspects of any popular leaders, do let us know. Or you may also mention one of the most admired traits of any leaders that you follow. I would love to review your comments. If you're watching this episode, you can comment there. Or if you found this episode on social media platforms or some audio platforms, you can comment there as well. And I would love to see what your going to say on this topic. So thank you so much once again for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome TGV family. So folks, until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.
And secondly, hello.
Yeah, yeah,
You referred three leaders.
yeah.
Can you name each leader? I'll briefly tell. I'll share my view.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
first leader, you
First leader
because
is Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. When you get tumble, you become humble, right? Steve Jobs, he was in India, Hare Rama movement. Then he was fired. Then again, he was requested to join. Then
Yeah,
he rejoined, and it turned out everything. And Apple is a story. Okay, that's a very inspiring story. And second question, what is that you ask? Second leader,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk is an amazing entrepreneur, and of course he wants to have he's a control freak. He micromanages, but he's an amazing entrepreneur. And I think he has got six companies. Like you are talking about two companies, there are total six companies. One is
Right.
Twitter is there, then again SpaceX, Tesla. Uh, Tesla, then yeah, SpaceX. So like this, he has got six companies. So apart from that, he's also troubleshooting various other countries. Like he's helping uh, Argentina. Then he wants to become an advisor for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Second, the third thing, third questions. What is it?
It was Donald
Third
Trump
leader.
himself. Donald
Uh,
Trump.
Donald Trump is a great communicator, but he's a pathological liar. This is my statement. Pathological liar means he doesn't tell lies intentionally, but he will tell
It's there
lies
within.
unintentionally. That's why he's known as pathological liar. Okay, now coming to these three leaders which you have asked about,
Yeah.
because I have read so many books, which you can understand. The message from all the three leaders is that no leader is entirely good and no leader is entirely bad. All leaders have strengths and weaknesses. Let us look at the positive aspects,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Sure. Thank you for adding your 2 cents there. And thank you once again, sir.